TheJaseDawg here, and I'm back at it again with another This Week in WWE with TheJaseDawg. That's right. So guys, we're up to episode number 29. That is right. We're getting up there. Yeah. The channel is almost to the 100 subscriber mark, guys. That is insane. Thank you all so much. And keep on doing what you're doing, and I'll keep on doing what I'm doing, and I'll keep entertaining you all, guys. So, let's continue what we do on this channel right here for the Dog Squad. Let's get into WWE. So if you haven't seen what actually happened this week in WWE, make sure you head on over to the WWE Network right now and you check it out, because it was pretty good. All 3 shows were actually pretty good this week. So, we started with Raw. So on Raw we started with, it was Enzo versus Chris Jericho in our singles match. And it was pretty cool because Owens was there to back up Jericho. So Owens was at ringside for Chris, and Big Cass was there for Enzo. Now, what ended up happening is Enzo was carving up in the match, and what happened was that, I guess you could say, Owens kind of got involved and he grabbed Enzo's leg, so Enzo was kind of forced to try and get him off. As he turned around, he got hit with a code breaker. Cass was like, not gonna do that, goes in there, bang, big boots Jericho, DQ, Enzo and Cass, well, Enzo loses the match because of that. But maybe at SummerSlam we might see these two teams come head to head in a fight, because that would be pretty awesome, guys. Heading into the next one, because like I said, yeah, that would be a good match for SummerSlam. It's yet to be announced. So we're hoping, guys, we're hoping. Okay, and then next thing we had was Braun Strowman, of course, again. Braun destroys again. He literally manhandled this guy and just destroyed like he always does. And he got a mad win. We had Darren versus Titus in a one-on-one match, kind of like a rematch from what happened last week when Titus cheated. Now Darren gave Titus a little bit of his own medicine. He grabbed the Titus this time, and he rolled him up, and he got the win. And Titus wasn't too happy about that, but like Darren says, you know, you have to fucking do what you have to do, mate. You cheated last week, well guess what? Bit of your own medicine, bitch. Block the hate. And then we had the Lana and Rusev kind of wedding ceremony, because they got married, so they kind of just did like a, I guess you could say, something for the fans to watch. And there was, Roman came out and he's like, you know, I noticed that you didn't have a best man, you know? You didn't have a best man at your wedding. So I'm going to come out here and give you some toast. And he gave him a toast. He wanted to, but it didn't get to that point. Whereas, like, he did kind of give him a bit of a toast where he said, you know, Bulgarian brood and, I can't remember what he said about Rusev, something Bulgarian something, and he's like, mail order Russian bride or some shit for Lana. And then it was pretty funny because they started fighting, and of course in all fight scenes it ended with someone going in the cake. And who? That's right, Lana went into the cake. Now poor Lana went straight headfirst into the cake because Roman pushed Rusev, and Rusev kind of bumped Lana and she went into it, and she was covered in the cake and she was not happy. But we ended up finding out later on that Roman will be getting a title shot against Rusev at SummerSlam for the US title. That's what I predicted would happen. And it's good because Roman's actually getting a little bit more popularity because of this whole situation, because Rusev and Lana are popular, so this is helping. Then we had Sasha versus Dana Brooke. Now this match, if Sasha had won, that Dana would be banned from ringside in the title match at SummerSlam, which is Sasha versus Charlotte. But if Dana wins, Dana gets to be there at ringside, and it's kind of like a handicap type of situation thing. So the match went down. Charlotte did try to kind of cost the match and make Dana win by DQ. She slapped Dana, but the ref didn't do anything. And of course Dana got pinned. Was it pinned? I think it was, no, she tapped. It was either tap or pin, but she lost. So Sasha won, so it's 1-on-1. No Dana at ringside at SummerSlam for the Women's Championship. It's gonna be good. Then we headed into the next one. It was Dr. Luke Gallows and Dr. Carla Anderson. Now, Big E, as we all know, kind of fucked over his nuts last week, because they dragged him pretty much nuts first into the post, and as they called it, ring post-itis. And he lost his balls, and they had his balls in a cup. And they're going to do the exact same with Kofi later on that night, and I think it was Gallows versus Kofi. Now Gallows won the match, which was actually a big thing for him to actually win that one-on-one. And then after the match, they're like, you know, let's slam him into the ring post-itis. They grabbed him and they were about to pull him nuts first into the post, but Woods saved him with a chair and scared him off. So we did find out that the New Day will be, I think it's Woods and Kofi from the New Day will defend the titles against Anderson and Gallows at SummerSlam. So it's going to be a good match, and I'm really looking forward to that because I have a feeling that it could be the end of the New Day's reign, but we don't know. They might actually retain. Maybe Big E comes back. Maybe he's on crutches like, my nuts. Then we had Rusev versus Cesaro for the US title in the main event because I guess they just made the match. But so Cesaro, of course, was not going to win because of the whole Rusev and Reigns thing set up. So of course Cesaro lost. He tapped, I think it was. Yeah, I think he tapped out to the Accolade, and then Roman came out after. No, don't worry. He didn't tap. So Rusev raked his eyes. Cesaro went over onto the rope, and as he did that, the ref was like kind of holding back Rusev. Broke right to Cesaro's face. Sheamus kicked his face right off, and then kick to the head. I think it was either the Accolade or it was a pin, but Cesaro did lose the match because of Sheamus. And then after the match, Rusev was celebrating, and boom, spear. Roman lays him out, and that's how it ends on Raw. And that was pretty good. Raw was a pretty good show, but let's get into SmackDown, guys. And let me know in the comments below, hashtag Dog Squad Raw, or hashtag Dog Squad SmackDown, or even hashtag Dog Squad NXT, for which one of these you reckon was the best show of the week, from what I'm telling you all. Okay, heading into SmackDown, we had American Alpha versus a bunch of two random guys, but we had the Ascension, we had Vaudevillains, and we had the Hype Bros all surrounding the ring like lumberjacks. They're like wanting to get in there and get a piece of these dominating, athletic type of wrestlers, American Alpha, who are most likely the most dominant team to be on the SmackDown brand tag-wise. And so they made short work of those two rookies. Then after the match, all of the three other teams got up on top of their apron, and then they all just beat the living shit out of each other. And then it came down to the end where I think it was Vaudevillains and American Alpha, because Ascension and Hype Bros took each other out. So it was just those two teams. They laid out English, he went out of the ring, and then they full on flipped suplex with the splits in the air to Gotch and laid him out, and American Alpha stood tall, showing that hopefully they do bring titles to SmackDown, like separate tag titles, because they have tag titles for Raw. But I want to see some separate titles for SmackDown, like tag title wise, because it'd be interesting. It would be. So then we had Eva Marie versus Becky Lynch in the match. Now last week we had Eva Marie hurt herself. Now this week, what happened? Did she actually get to wrestle? Nope, she went tits out for boys. She brought those titties out because her strap kind of fell loose, I guess, and it fell off, and she only just grabbed it just before her tits flopped right out. And it's like, you have big breast implants, but yet you're holding them up by like the smallest little rope that goes around your neck. And Becky was like almost in cramps, laughing. And Eva Marie went out, and Becky's like, you know what, I'm not going backstage a second week in a row without having a match. So come at me, bro. And who came out? It was the birthday girl, Alexa Bliss. Now she came out, they had a match. It was pretty awesome, it was going really good. We had the Bexplex, and then Eva Marie came out again, and she's ready. And this time, it's kind of like a distraction, and then I think it was Alexa capitalized on it, laid out Becky, hit the her little Bliss type of splash thing that she does, and she got the win. So Birthday Girl got the win on her debut match on SmackDown, so that was good for her, but not good for Becky because of shitty Eva Marie, who just wanted to bring the titties out for the boys. You know, she's like, oh, my titties, they fell out. I'm gonna come back, and she's like telling the people that next week she'll be ready because she had an injury the week before, wardrobe malfunction where her tits fell out almost, and then next week, what's it gonna be? What is she gonna queef on TV or something? Who knows? We'll find out. Then we had, it was Randy versus Del Rio. It was pretty much Randy was ready to take him to Viperville, and that is exactly what he did. But however, Randy won by DQ because Del Rio smashed the chair into Randy's arm, and he just kept whacking him. And they got in the ring, and Del Rio was ready to hit him with the chair again. As he swung, RKO out of nowhere, oh my god! And he laid him out with an RKO, and that was it. Randy is ready for Brock. Now, that match, that should be a good match at SummerSlam. I really can't wait for that because you have the Viper, Randy Orton, against the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Should be good, yes. And then we had Rhino versus Heath Slater. So if Heath Slater was to win this match, he would gain a contract. Now, like to SmackDown, I think it was. And before he was talking to Rhino before the match, he's like, "Can you just like help me out, please? I've got like 2 kids. I need to support my family." And Rhino's like, "Oh, well, you know, I've got people to kind of impress too." And he goes, "Oh, but can you please help me out? I have 4 kids." And Rhino's like, "I thought you said you had 2." And he goes, "No, 4." And then in a pool, he goes, "What kind of pool is it?" And he goes, "In ground or above?" And then he's like, "Above?" And he's like, "No, I can't help you out." And then pretty much Rhino, of course, we knew what was going to happen. Rhino got the win. Heath lost, and because he almost had it, but he cheated because he had his legs up on the top rope, kind of holding like second top rope, holding him down, and he was pretty much trying to get the win. And so he was trying to get the win, and he pretty much almost had it, and then the ref noticed. So what happened is that while the ref was kind of talking to him, he turned around, gore! Rhino laid him out, and then after the match, Heath went backstage. Now, before he got to Daniel Bryan and Shane, they pretty much were actually going to give him a contract. But then he came in there and said, "You know, my 7 kids, I gotta support them. You know, I don't need SmackDown." And he walked off and was like, "Well, I guess he's not getting that contract." Heading into the next thing, we had Carmella versus Natalya. Now, Carmella actually got a mad win in this match. She made Natalya submit. So that was awesome. Great work to Carmella. Also, I think that was her debut match too, probably. And they both got wins. In the main event, we had Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. We had Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan. Now, pretty much to cut this short, it was an awesome match, but at the end, I guess you could say Dean almost had Bray with this suicide dive, but the fact is that Ziggler kind of got in the way and Dean kind of fucked up, but they still got taken out. And then Ziggler ended up getting a zigzag, 1, 2, 3. Ziggler and Dean win. After the match, they kind of like, you know, not celebrating, but raised their hands. Dean's like, "Fuck this. Dirty deeds." Laid him out, and that is what happened on SmackDown. Heading into NXT now, guys. We had the women's contract signing between Asuka and Bayley. Now, this one was pretty good. They go up in each other's face, and they are pumped to take each other on. Now, they both officially signed it, so the match is going to happen. So, it should be interesting to see what actually happens at Brooklyn. Then we had the Authors of Pain destroy 2 rookies. Pretty much just destroyed them. And it was insane because they both had them up in the powerbomb position, and then they just rammed both opponents back first into each other, and then just slammed them down. It's like, ooh. And yeah, they got the win, of course, and dominated. Then we had Rude came out after Almas won his match. Andrade Cien Almas won his match. Bobby Roode came out and said, "You know, I talked to Regal, and guess what? NXT TakeOver Brooklyn is going to be glorious. It's going to be you versus me." And I can't wait, because that match is going to be awesome, because Almas can wrestle really, really well, but Bobby Roode is the it factor. He is glorious. Now, then we had Billie Kay versus Liv Morgan. I was really hoping Liv would win this match, but of course Billie Kay got the win because I think they're trying to build her up as a top heel now for NXT, but both women are great wrestlers and they've both carved it up. However, that one time, Billie got the big move and kind of laid her out, but we will see Liv in the top picture very soon. I guarantee it. I predict Liv will be champion probably a year's time. Between now and a year, she should hold the title at least once. Hopefully, if they book her right. Heading into the next thing, we had Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We found out that they will be versing the Revival for the Tag Team Championships of NXT at TakeOver Brooklyn. And we also found out that No Way Jose will take on Austin Aries as well at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. So good matches getting set up. There's 3 big matches. Then we had in the main event, it was Mojo Rawley versus Samoa Joe. Mojo wanted to beat him up because he's sick of getting attacked by fat guys. And he didn't really live up to the hype. Because he's a hype bro, but he didn't live it up. He tapped out. And Joe got the win, and then after the match, Joe was celebrating, I guess you could say. He wanted to lock in the submission on Mojo again. And then we had Shinsuke Nakamura come out. Now Shinsuke came out, security surrounded and stopped Joe from doing anything. Shinsuke went up, boop, got your nose. And he's like, boop, got your nose again. And Joe was furiating. He was pissed. He was like about to fucking just explode. But I really can't wait for that NXT championship match between Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura. It is going to be lit. So guys, that was what happened in this week in WWE with the TheJaseDawg, episode 29, guys. If you did like this episode, make sure you hit that like button hard, guys, but not too fucking hard. Don't break your computers. If you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, the links are in the description down below. Guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button to join the Dog Squad and spread the word of the TheJaseDawg to everybody you know. And guys, like I said, let me know in the comments below, hashtag Dog Squad, either Raw, or hashtag Dog Squad SmackDown, or hashtag Dog Squad NXT. Which one did you reckon was the best kind of show this week? Because I'd be interested to know what actually, you all think. And anyway guys, as always, stay awesome. The TheJaseDawg is out of here. See ya.